My throat hurts so bad. I woke up with a sore throat this morning, so talking isn't really helping, but we're just gonna power through it because these YouTube videos are important. I'm sorry that Gavin is deciding to take a shit right now. Greetings and salutations, everybody. My name's Hope, and I am currently in recovery from anorexia. Today I'm filming part 2 of this series on my channel where I talk about basically my life up until this point, how I feel like everything snowballed, my eating disorder, and experiences that I had that I feel like all kind of led up to this point. So today I'm talking about my experience in high school. So the summer going into high school, I lost between 25 and 35 pounds, I think. I did that basically by eating healthy and exercising about 4 to 5 times a week. I'd go to the gym and I'd do a lot of cardio, mostly cardio like the elliptical and stuff, and lift weights. I did it because I thought that I would be more widely accepted by my peers and that people would like me more because I was thinner. Basically, I did it for all the wrong reasons, so that was unhealthy in itself. I did notice that when I got back to school after summer that people were nicer to me, and I don't know if it was because we're in high school now, and I would hope that some people have matured at least a little bit by this point, or if it was because I had lost weight. I don't know. I was pretty lucky. I had a pretty close group of friends in high school, and there were a select few of us that hung out around the lockers. I don't know if I'd call us the outcasts, but we didn't really fit with any of the specific groups, like the popular group, the really smart kids. I feel like I can pinpoint a couple times where I was called names or made fun of for my weight, but it wasn't nearly like it was in elementary and middle school. I feel like a lot of my self-esteem issues were in my head. So fast forward to like my sophomore year. Did I just say sophomore? Sophomore year. A lot of shit went down that year. I lost my grandma. She had a stroke and her health just continued to decline even after she had survived the stroke and everything. I wasn't super close with her, but she was a really sweet lady, and I saw how hard it was on my dad. I wanted to be able to make him feel better and fix it, but I couldn't, and I feel like I internalized those feelings. And then I lost my first dog that I ever had. Her name was Mia, and I loved her so much, and I still don't ever feel like I've really had a dog that was truly mine since. And she died of a splenic tumor. It was crazy because she had surgery and everything, and she had it removed, but it had partially ruptured, and it had damaged a lot of her, I think it was her intestine. I probably sound like an idiot as I'm talking about this because people watching this are probably like, you should know animal anatomy better, but I'm kind of stupid. So anyway, it damaged, I think it was part of her intestine, and they tried to repair it, and it didn't work. So she only survived a short while after the surgery, and it was pretty traumatic because we had brought her into the emergency vet because she was acting really weird and breathing really heavily, and her stomach started to distend. Once we got there, she pretty much died on the table. What they think happened was that she had hemorrhaged. Our family has had dogs since her, but she holds a special place in my heart that I don't think any other dog will ever take. Maybe that's why I became a crazy cat lady. After those things happened, I noticed that I started to go to the gym again, and I started to go a lot more often, and I lost more weight. I think it was 35 more pounds. Of course, everyone kept talking about how good I looked, and I mean, I was eating healthy. I was exercising on a daily basis, but it wasn't coming from a healthy mindset, and it's hard to explain. I ended up going to a gynecologist, and she put me on birth control to try and regulate my period. It's always been either too heavy or it's been non-existent. She diagnosed me with PCOS. I kind of started to have a more normal period after that. At this point in the story, I was probably in my junior year of high school, like 11th grade. And a lot of my friends started to move away, or they moved schools, or they found a different group of friends. I started to become really depressed and withdrawn and just kind of in my own little world. And I coped with this by coming home from school every day and eating whatever comforted me. I liked a lot of like pizza, breadstick type stuff, bagel bites, or French bread things that came with like cheese and garlic on them. And then I would eat like some kind of sweets. I've always had a really big sweet tooth. So I remember I liked to make this like Rice Krispie treat mixture, use a shit ton of butter and marshmallows, and then pour a bunch of Rice Krispies and then just eat it out of the bowl. I would also make what my mom and I called the Yummy Mix, which was basically like this no-bake cookie mixture, I would call it. It was like oats, peanut butter, brown sugar, and I liked to add chocolate chips because I'm a chocoholic, and peanut butter and chocolate. If you've been following me for any period of time, I think I talk about chocolate and peanut butter probably in every video, and my love for it. So I ate those things a lot. But anyway, so I would eat a bunch of food and then take a nap and sleep until my parents got home from work. And then they would make dinner and I would eat with them again, and then I would do my homework and go to bed. I feel like I found a lot of comfort from internet people, I guess. So I watched a lot of YouTube and just found comfort in little things like that. Des and Nate, or like Mitchell Davis. Lita Monster Bunny too, I really loved her. I always wanted to look like her. I also really fell in love with the band Avenged Sevenfold. That was kind of around that time. And their music, and just them as like a band, and just their weird relationships with each other, their friendships, I guess I should say. I just thought that they were so funny and cool, and I wanted to meet them so bad. I kind of credit them for getting me through high school, because between their music and like their little videos that they would put out about like just them as people and their personalities and stuff, they made me really happy. Over this period of time where I was really depressed and withdrawn and keeping to myself, I gained a lot of weight, and I gained back all of that weight that I had lost, and so that made me more depressed. By the time I graduated high school, I was at the heaviest weight that I had ever been at. Food was all that I felt like I had. It had become like my drug, like my addiction. I'm gonna stop the video here, and next week I will talk about after high school and how my anxiety and depression got a lot worse, and I think it was just because I was feeling the overwhelming, what do I do with my life? Where do I go from here? Because you know that you're supposed to go through school. People don't necessarily expect anything else from you. As long as you're going to school, like you can just say, yeah, I'm in school. But after high school, after you graduate, you're expected to either get a job or go to college or figure your life out, basically. And I started to basically go, uh-oh, what do I do now? Thank you so much for all the nice comments on the last video, and you guys were just really understanding, and I'm glad that some of you could relate. It makes me feel better that I'm not crazy, or like I'm not alone, and that we can kind of relate to each other. So if you want to tell me in the comments below about your high school experience or anything that you related to in this video, yeah, let me know, because I'd love to hear from you. Kind of going through some shit right now in my, I'm not gonna say real life, but in my daily life, and so it was really hard to come on here today and talk about things just because I'm feeling very uninspired and just kind of blah. But I really want to build this YouTube channel, so even if I'm feeling blah or uninspired, I feel like I still need to come on here and make videos, because I do have fun doing it, and it is something that I want to continue for a long time. So enough of my spiel. Stay strong in the fight against stupid eating disorders, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.